Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country Homestead. God is good all the time. Well, today I want to talk to you a little bit about goji berries. I could go into long detail about goji berries and why they are good for you, but I'm just going to do a rough overview today, and maybe later in the summer when my goji berry plants are at their fullest, I'll talk about them a little more in depth. Now, last year was when I bought my goji berry starts, and they were just little guys like this, and they grew pretty well. Most of them did. Some of them didn't make it through the winter, but I've seen that they're all growing now. The ones that survived, I think I have 5 that survived, which is still pretty good. And they're getting life on them, and I'm really excited. I have no idea if they'll get berries yet. I've read that they can get fruit right away, and other people have said it can take 2-3 years or so. So I guess it just depends, probably depends on your climate too. But we'll see as the summer goes on, and I'll keep you updated on that. But until I'm able to start getting my own goji berries off my plants, I have been stocking up on them. This brand here is my go-to brand for a lot of these really healthy superfood type items. And yes, goji berries are considered a superfood. As are chia seeds. I get this brand as well in that, and the raw cacao butter and the raw cacao powder, and it's all organic. And I've said it before, it's really kind of redundant to say raw cacao because cacao is raw cocoa. If it's cocoa, then it's no longer raw. But anyway, just a side note there. But the other thing, okay, one of the reasons I really like this brand is because I can buy it in bulk. A lot of their stuff comes in like 2 pounds. This is 2 pounds up to 5 pounds. One of the best prices I've seen on some organic superfoods. And they're also, all of the ones in this brand are available through the Subscribe and Save program through Amazon. If you're an avid Amazon shopper, which I am because we live somewhat remote, we have a good local store. They carry a lot of good stuff, but it's still, we really don't have a dedicated health food store here, so it's hard for us to get things like this here. So I look at trying to grow my own, or I buy on Amazon. I'm just going to do the rough overview, as I said, on the top 8 benefits of goji berries. So consider trying to grow these yourselves, or at least stocking up on them. So number 1, high levels of antioxidants and nutrients. So the berries are very high in these things. Number 2, they improve immune function and they fight cancer. Number 3, they protect eye health. Number 4, they stabilize blood sugar, so obviously very good for those who are diabetics. Number 5, they detoxify the liver. Number 6, they boost fertility. Number 7, they help promote healthy skin and prevent skin cancer. And number 8, they keep energy and mood up. So I'm just going to read to you from what I printed off from Dr. Josh Axe's webpage, and this is a quote from a study that was done on the goji berries. Increased ratings for energy levels, athletic performance, quality of sleep, ease of awakening, ability to focus on activities, mental acuity, calmness, feelings of health, contentment and happiness, and significantly reduced fatigue and stress. Wow, just that little study right there that showed all that. That would be enough right there for me to want to stock up on goji berries or to grow them. I'm doing both. Here's a little bit more detailed list I'm going to read off. So goji berry benefits include the ability to naturally treat diabetes, hypertension, infectious diseases, and common illnesses like the cold or a fever. Traditionally, they've also been used to fight depression and anxiety or other mood disorders. They're a great source of antioxidants known as beta-carotene, plus other phytonutrients to help protect skin and eye health. So thanks to their ability to reduce blood glucose, regulate cholesterol levels, and keep triglycerides at an ideal balance, they're also known to prevent heart disease. So that's just a little bit. And again, I got this information here from Dr. Josh Axe's website. I will link to his website below, and also to his YouTube channel. He has a really great YouTube channel with he does a lot of little short videos on things like this, like goji berries, dandelions, and so on, and different essential oils. So look into him, and I'm going to show you what I do. And for a lot of you who've been following me for a while, this will be nothing new. So, you know, you may want to skip to the end. I don't know. But I take my big bag, and I'll do this is what I do with herbs and things that I dehydrate myself. You know, that I grow and dehydrate myself. Anyway, so I'm going to fill up my quart jar here. So I'm just going to put the rest of what I have into this jar. And this one I'm not going to seal up because this one I'm using right away. But what I like to do with goji berries most typically is to eat them with my yogurt. And I'll mix that with some, my current favorite way to do it is to get my bowl of yogurt and sprinkle in some of my organic dehydrated orange peel and some organic raisins as well, because the goji berries aren't near as sweet. They have a much lower sugar content than raisins. So some people equate their flavor to raisins. I would say they're a little more tart, and like I said, not near as sweet. They're a little bit different. I like the flavor, but I wouldn't say it was the best flavor, especially to eat by themselves. But I'll eat them by themselves too. I mean, they're decent enough that way. But when I add them to yogurt, I really, really like them. I've even put them in my homemade chocolate and liked that too. Mr. Rain didn't care for it quite so much, but I liked it. And there's other things you can do with it too. That's just what I do. And mostly I have these is just because of their health benefits and being a superfood. So as I've shown before, this is how I seal up my jars. I get the rest of these berries, are all over the place. Using a brake bleeder, I'll link to this below. Again, a lot of you have seen this a billion times, but I know I get new people to my channel all the time. And this is one thing I picked up from another channel, and I fell in love with the idea, and now it's the only way I vacuum seal. I stopped using my food saver because this works so much better. So you just put your tip on, insert it in the hole on top of the food saver attachment, and then you just pump this up to 15 psi. Okay? And then you'll find it's sealed. I think I had maybe one of these come undone ever, and I've done a lot of jars this way of powders and herbs and all kinds of stuff. Works way better than the food saver, and it doesn't require electricity. So I highly recommend, if you're off grid or if you're just one that likes to be prepared for those times that you have power outages, get yourself one of these, or especially if it's a long-term power outage, because this is really handy, and it just works great. Like I said, I like it better than the food saver. It works so much better. With the food saver, sometimes I'd find myself having to do it 2, 3, 4 times to get it to finally seal. And there we have it. So my berries are vacuum sealed. I can put them away for long-term storage, and I really can't tell you how long they will store, but I would say up to 2 years at least, like this. I know some fruits don't do quite as well, but I would think a dry berry would be just like raisins, that it would last for a very long time. Bananas, on the other hand, I say eat them up. You know, if they're the kind you've dried yourself, you probably should use them up within a year. I've just found bananas, even in a well-sealed jar, for some reason still take on a stale flavor after a year. But anyway, there you have it. I just wanted to put that out there, a little bit of information on the goji berry. Look into it, and just really consider that as something to put into your food storage and or to grow in your garden if you can get it to grow in your area. So remember, I live in a cold, wet, climate, northern climate. Even though I'm zone 8B, I'm nothing like the southern zone 8Bs. Very, very different. We have very short growing season, and yet I'm still getting, you know, my plants are still growing, and hopefully I'll get berries this year or next year. So yeah, give it a try. See what you think. I always say just try it. You know, it's not, if you spend money on a package of seeds or a couple of starts and you realize it's not going to work in your area, at least you gave it a try. That was a cheap education. That's how I see it. So anyway, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.